Well, let's put another shrimp on the barbie and catch ourselves another drongo as we are back here with Lights Out League Racing, and it's Div 2's turn for the season finale here in Melbourne, Australia. And there's so much on the line this week. It's crazy. Saubers of Chespo and Wesker have already clinched the Constructors' title. Both are in for a chance for their respective championships. Big fight between Wesker, Cat and Lennon. A three-way battle for the professional championship. Wesker leads away. Katames needs 7 points over Wesker to win. Lennon's got an outside chance. 27 points to take the Div 2 title. This is the Div 2 title, sorry. All three in for a chance. In the professional championship, there's a 3-point gap between Wesker and Cat. And 25 points back is Lennon. So for the professional championship, Lennon needs probably both of them to DNF to clinch the title. And it's a full grid. You absolutely love to see it. But for the final race of the season, it's outstanding from everyone participating. In the Challenger Championship, we've got Chespo and Josh. A 16-point gap. So a big performance needed here from the Mercedes of Josh. But it's not just them that has their part to play. Every other driver on the grid will contribute. And Benedict's going to be a big one. Very, very quick. Will he be on the top? As he's the first one to set a hot lap. Throws his car in turn one. And invalidates straight away. What an absolute knobhead. As well, keep an eye on Benja then. Who goes round. A fast sweeping left-hander of turn two. DRS is open as we approach turn three. A hard braking, hairpin-like right-hander. Where we've seen one or two drivers lose their back end. Round a nice flowing turn four. Turn five, right-hander where you want to throw cone. And his wings come off. What a dick. Who are we going to watch now? I think it's an Alpine. Is it Gunnar? It's Gunnar then. Reserving in for Briddy as he goes round sector 2. DRS will be open. We used to be an old chicane of turns 9 and 10, which is now the fast flowing chicane of 9 and 10 at the start of sector 3, where you want to take as much curve as possible. Don't go wide, you'll go into the gravel. Good section there from Gunnar. DRS is open as you approach turn 11. It's effective braking is crucial. Don't brake round, trail brake round turn 12, turn 13, round the final corner of turn 14 is a poor exit, throttle early. DRS open for the final time and the lap, cross the start finish line and provisional pole for 1:16.8 for Gunnar, which I'm sure will be eclipsed by one or two others as we're going to see times pinging. Left, right and centre, Magel 18.7. Terry Redd's provisional pole 16.5, so 3/10 ahead of Gunnar. Was fighting right to the end, but is not in for a chance now. Benji, another challenger, just racing for bragging rights now on the front row with Terry 16.7, 2/10 behind. Katames struggling. First time round for the Haas. All eyes will be on him. Wesker, Lennon, Josh and Chespo. English Mole filling in for Big John on debut for Lights Out League Racing. Jax is cheering on for Terry's miracle. I doubt it will be so. Project Ty got his podium last week, P3 for the Challenger. He's currently running P6 as Harry Hale slots behind him. Alpine's looking strong so far. Wesker's got himself up to P4 then. So at the moment he's ahead of Katames and ahead of Lennon. Who's ahead? Benedict's into the pit, so not a decent time for him. Kessler's invalidated, so let's jump back on Lennon then. The fastest middle sector. He's in for a shout, Lennon, and needs a big, big performance. And the others to play a part to claim victory. Goes down the start-finish line, where we find so on the order. Currently P6 behind his teammate Rels then, who's just having a nap. Careful you don't get disqualified, my friend. Sygate in the other Haas. So close. Jay's asking for a sim rig in the Discord. Most people are racing at the moment, my friend, so you might get a bit of a conversation afterwards. Katamise has found himself up to P3 now. Onto the second row with a 16.8, not quite close enough to Terry's, but he's ahead of Wesker. Now what we need is a nice clean fight. I'm sure they've been preparing themselves like a boxing ring, get like boxers and go into a boxing ring. Katamise ahead of his teammate here. Gets well out of the way as he dives into the pits. Sygate. It's been so close to getting a win in the Challenger this season. P9, just behind Josh then. So Rels at the moment on provisional pole for the Challenger Championship. Chespo yet to set a lap. Let's jump on with Benja, who we saw crash out on his first run. Still got 10 minutes to go, so it's all going to change. Jim Mitty's cheering on for Katamise. What can Benja do then? P8, just behind Wesker, 17.1. Look how tight it is here. 4 tenths between P2 and P8. All to play for. Have a look where everybody is. So Magel's in the pits then. Kessler's just started, so I think Krills is just coming through the fast chicane of 9 and 10. Benedict's teammate's been missing quite a bit this season, but good to see him back for the final race of the season. And we're looking to get themselves onto a podium. At least a Challenger podium anyway. That needs a big lap. Get a nice slipstream off. I think that's Williams ahead of him. Up to P14 then, the English Monk. Just ahead, starting a new flying lap. Harry Hale straight in the pits then, as we jump back on with Kessler. Says they prefer the wet, so won't enjoy the sunshine that's currently on display. Chessball's finally coming out for an out lap. I think either one of them, will we see any team play, any slipstreams? P12. Benedict fastest middle sector. Terry's is behind him, so we'll keep an eye on Benedict, who's managed to keep it on the track this time. And will be looking to get themselves the peak of this grid. Nice shiny new RB livery for Australia. Round the final corner, get early on the throttle. It's looking like a half decent lap this, and it is 1:15.9, 3 tenths ahead of Terry's, who stays P2 then, does improve on his time though by 3 tenths. Katami's invalidated, the pressure's getting to him. Wesker's coming through the middle sector. Through the final sector. Still behind Katamies. Says every week in chat. They're slow. But it's all sandbag talk. Sparks flying as his floor's dragging along the floor. Throttle early, maximises the track width. P3, second row, 16.3. Half a second ahead of Katamies. So nails that lap there. And so who did we see? Was it Project Ty? Up to P11. English month running P15 gets out of the way of an Alpine. Must be an Alpine of Guna then. And Guna improved. It's not looking the best of laps. I could be wrong. It's better than it was though. Oh, Bev Katamies, P5. Slurper says Katamies is a bottle job. We shall see. There's still plenty of time to go. Josh in the Mercedes, P6. Chespo's on a new lap. Yet to set a time here, the Sauber driver. Lennon's... Oh, where's Lennon on his lap? Is Lennon ahead? Lennon is ahead, fastest middle sector. He's found half a second on his time. Would get him up to P5. He needs to find a couple of extra more tenths in this final sector to jump ahead of the Sauber of Wesker. Let's see what he can do. Round the final corner. It's looking semi-tasty. Has he managed to nail it? He does. I bet Wesker P4. Chespo's in the pit, so he's messed his lap up as well. Chespo's feeling the heat. Benja. And Benja plays part in the professional battle. Benedict keeps invalidating. It's not what you need, Benedict. Benja's up to P6. Brilliant time for the Ferrari. Proper in the mix with a 16.6. Can anyone emulate Benedict? Benedict says he keeps invalidated. Only gets a banker in. Okay. All right. I didn't read it all. I was going to give you absolute melt of a shout. So Rels is not on a lap. Sygate's not on a lap. Harry Hale from around turn 12. So Chespo, Danny Dine and Keys all yet to set a time. Keys is having a nap. Harry Hale crossing the line. Can he improve? He's half a second down, so he cannot. Rouse is a 10th up. Fastest middle sector. He's got a Williams ahead of him, jumping a bit of a slipstream. Will the Williams get out of the way? It does. Tries to maximise the slipstream as much as possible here, the Aston Martin. Showed good first lap pace. Don't know if they'll have another. Drifts around turn 12. Probably cost them a little bit of time. Goes around the final corner. Where will they end up? Up to P7, which drops Katamies down. Katamies down the final straight. Front row for Katamies, P2, 16.1. Huge lap from the Haas. Huge lap. And I think that's his final lap. It gets 2 tenths ahead of Wesker and Lennon. Only 400ths between Lennon and Wesker. Huge lap. Invalidation from Krills. English Monk invalidation as well. Spicy, says Callum. Mitty's cheering on. Katames, huge lap. Just over 2.5 minutes left of qualifying. And Katames has just let off a complete ripper. Whoa, what a ripper. Fuck me dead. Wesker needs a huge one now. Terry's will have him, says Callum. Now Chespo. He needs to have him. He's had some brilliant qualifying performances this season, emulating a few professional drivers. He needs to do it again this week. I need to send a quick invite to Harry. Not this time, Harry. We're getting to the climax of qualifying. Get back in here, you little slag. Round turn 11 for Chespo. Keys retired, so he's called it a day. Does he have a quali ban? Keys might have a quali ban. Drifting around the final corner. Has that compromised his lap? He's got it within the white lines. Where will he end up? P11 for Chespo, behind Josh. I think he'll be quite disappointed. He might just be just enough time to do a warm down lap. Let's see if I can get English Monk in as well. Everyone's dropping out like flies. Come on, boys. That's who we got ahead. Invalidation for Guna on the final run. One's on an out lap. How come we didn't do lap then, Keezer? Wasn't a qualifying ban. Keep an eye on Terry's. As he comes to the end of sector 2. I probably need to move the chat. Oh, he's 2/10 down here, Terry's. He's bottling it. Can he find some extra time in this final sector? I think Benji's pulled out as well, so Benji's not going to improve. That'll be Benji done in qualifying. Can Terry's improve? As Cygate up to P7, huge lap from the second Hash driver. Terry's doesn't improve. I don't know if he'll have enough time to do another lap unless he's pulled out and restarted again. Wesker fastest middle sector. He's slightly up in his time. Might find enough time. Lennon is done. Hasn't reached the lap, time alignment time. Katames won't improve either. So all eyes on Wesker. Josh has finished ahead of Chespo. Wesker needs a huge lap here. He needs to find 4/10. Ralph's blocked Lennon in the pits. Wesker doesn't improve and will start P6. So advantage to Katames. Danny Dines across the line will start P8. Project High in the pits. Benji will start P8. Brilliant lap there from Cygate. Benji's not going to improve. Cam Benedict, he's 2/10 up. Just to extend his time at the front. Extends his time at pole 15.6. Huge lap there. Terry's into the pits, so Terry's will start P3. Benedict gets the final pole of Div 2 for season 29 and for 2020-25, 2020-2025. Harry Hale's back in, thank God. As we wait for everybody to jump into the pits, go and speak to their race engineers. But it's all going on. And huge. Lennon got blocked in pits, so he's finished ahead of Wesker. Well, it's all down to the race now. And Benedict on pole with a 15.6, a good almost half a second ahead of Katames, who joins him on the front row. Advantage to the Haas driver. Terry's P3, Benji P4, Lennon 5th, ahead of Wesker P6, all a go. Sygate, pole for Challenger Championship, P7, Benji 8th, Rails 9th, and Goona round off the top 10. 11th and 12th, side by side, Championship rivals. 13th of Project Ty, 14th of Magel, 15th Kessler, 16th Harry Hale, 17th English month on debut, Danny Dine 18th, 19th of Krills and Keezer rounding off P20. Rails reckons it's a slow one. This race, Lennon thinks he was blocked by his teammate in the pits. Nothing you can really do there, unfortunately. Everyone's saying, don't ready up, please don't ready up. As people sort out their strategies and their fuel loads, nip to the toilet, have a comfort break, whatever. I'm going to have a sip of my Vino Blanc. I need a cold one. It's going to be a hot one, I reckon. A bit of the Peanuts Grigio to wet the whistle. I'm getting words from the admin. Let me just send a couple of invites then. I think he's in. Who else is out? Let's see if we can get them back in. I don't think anyone. English Monk. Just double check if everyone is in the lobby. I have a feeling we may. Okay, everyone, I think we may have to do a lobby restart. Seems to be an issue. Yeah, I think Katames can't adjust any of his settings, and we don't want the championship handed over. We want a fair fight. So what I'll do is I'll disconnect the stream, get it all set back up, and then we'll be back in again. So I will disconnect. If everyone leaves the lobby, and we'll be back in about a few seconds. So everyone.